Okay, if you're looking to get your first wholesale deal or you just want to get more deals, okay, you need to be following a process. And what I want to do today for you is I want to play a live sales call that I did. This is my opening call that I'm doing. I call it my discovery call. And the process I have is 2 steps. And I want to explain that to you because if you follow it, you're going to get more deals. I literally guarantee you'll get more deals if you do the sales process this way. What's up, guys? I'm Johnny Pag, and I'm a full-time real estate investor. And in this year, 2025, I want to do more deals, and I'd love to do some deals with you. So I have some free resources. The first comment in the comment section is going to be pinned. That is going to be a link to my calendar, okay? If you want to jump on a call and we can wrap and see how we can work together, I'd love to do that. If you book a time, please show up. Don't flake on me. The second thing is I have some links in the description down below that's going to get you to my investor's toolbox. There's some trainings, there's scripts, calculators, all that kind of fun stuff. My gift to you. So let's jump into the video. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless. Okay, now as I get ready to play this call for you, a couple things. First thing, listen to the call. Okay, listen to the entire call. I know it's going to be kind of boring and stuff, but if you want to be good at this business, you need to hear what people are doing who are winning in this space, okay? And so listen to the call and go through it and just take the nuggets. And what I want to tell you is that when you do sales calls, you want to do it in 2 steps. So this is my first call, my discovery call. I'm just getting an idea of the situation, the problems, how I can serve this person, if it's even a deal, if I can even fix their problem. There might not be anything for me to fix. So I need to understand what they're trying to do and can I serve them and can I help them? And here's the ticket. If you can't help somebody, you need to tell them, hey, this is not, a cash offer is not appropriate for you, and this is why. Because I'm going to offer you a number, it's going to be really low. You're better off just listing this property with an agent. You're going to get more money if you do that, okay? This is just the way I run my business. I'm super truthful. I want to be transparent, and I want to help people because I know that the more people I can serve, the result is going to be paychecks, okay? So I'm there to serve these people. And on the first call, all I'm doing is creating rapport. Now, what I see a lot of people try to do, because they watch YouTube videos and they hear people negotiating numbers, is they try to negotiate on the first call. You don't want to do that, okay? The first call is getting an understanding of the property, the situation, the motivation. And what I always tell people is like, look, what I'm going to do is once I get off this call, I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm going to go and I'm going to look at some properties in the market, see how much they sold for, get an idea of what it's going to take to rehab this. How about we talk later today at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock and I can let you know where I would need to be and if this property is right for us. So the first call is just diagnosing the problems, getting an understanding of what's going on and getting an idea of the property. And then the second call is when I give them the offer. That's a totally different thing. Separate those. If you try to negotiate, especially as a new guy on the first call, you're going to run into problems, okay? Because immediately the guard's going to be up. They're going to be like, well, I want 350. And you're like, well, will you take 325? They're immediately like, this guy's trying to lowball me, okay? You don't want to be that guy. You want to be like, no, I'm a prudent person. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to what you have to say. I'm going to go offline. I'm going to run the numbers. I tell everybody, look, the numbers are just the numbers. This is math. How much can I sell it for? How much is it going to cost me? How much money do I need to make? And here's the offer price. So it's straightforward. And what that does is when they tell me, well, I got an offer for this amount, I can tell them like, well, how is that possible, Tim? How's that possible, Steve? I just showed you how the math works. If somebody gave you an offer for this amount of money, which is so much more than mine, how are they going to close? It doesn't make any sense. Tim, you don't want to be one of those guys who goes under contract with a dishonest company, who gives them this number, and then at the 11th hour, when you're packed and ready to move your family, they come back and say, oh, by the way, we need a $50,000 reduction. Because that's what's going to happen. I just gave you the numbers. They're transparent. So it's just math for me. So this is the way I explain it on the sales call. I don't do that on the first call. Okay, I went a little off track there. But the idea is on the first call, get an understanding of what's going on, and then schedule a second call to give the offer. If you have comments, leave them down below. I'd definitely appreciate it. Thanks. Well, why don't you do this instead? So usually what I do on this call is I just want to get an idea of, one, if it's a property that, we would want to make an offer on it, because believe it or not, some properties, like it doesn't make sense, not just for us, but also for you. Sometimes it doesn't make sense for you to sell to a cash buyer. So I want to get an idea of, what's going on with the property, the general condition, and those types of things. And then, if it is something that we want to make an offer on, what you can do is you can always text me those photos and I'll jump offline and kind of run some numbers and see where we would need to be. And then I can, on another call, I can kind of give you those numbers.
Okay.
Does that work?
That works.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome. Well, do you want to just start by just kind of giving me, well, actually, let me ask a couple questions real quick. So online, it does say it's a 5-bedroom, 2-bath, about 2,800 square feet. Do you know, is that roughly
Yes.
accurate? Okay.
And it has an outbuilding that actually could be turned into a small house.
Okay.
My husband uses it as his workshop.
Well, let me ask this question. So what, are you, I'm assuming you guys are currently occupying the property?
Oh, yes.
Okay, awesome. And then what are you guys planning to do? Do you have a place that you're moving to? Or are you moving out of state?
We plan on moving to Governor, New York, which is on the border of state New York.
Okay. So tell me, just in regards to, getting this property moved, timeline, what does that look like for you guys?
Well, we want to buy that house, so whenever, that's why I'm thinking about a cash sale so that I can make sure I get this house.
Okay, got it. And then just the, the general condition, just like on a scale of like 1 to 10, where do you think it's at?
I would say a 9, and the front porch needs some work.
Well, that's great. I will be honest with you. The part of the problem is that my job is to come in and buy the house, add some value to it, and then sell it. So if the home is in like too good of condition, then sometimes it doesn't really make sense for me to buy it, because for me, what I have to do is I have to figure out, if the property is like, let's say we make it a 9.5 out of 10, I have to figure out what it's going to sell for in that condition, and then work backwards. Meaning, like I'm going to put it on the market, so I've got to pay an agent. I'm going to have some closing costs there associated. If I put some money in there, like for example, the way our process works is you guys can basically take what you want and leave what you don't. So sometimes that means like there's couches and stuff, and usually there's always like a little bit of dumpster. You got to like demo some stuff. I don't know if that's even something that needs to happen for your property, but just want to bring you through the process so you understand what I'm doing over here.
Yeah.
We'll remove.
And I understand you've got to make a profit too.
Yeah, and I have to, and I'm not doing it all for free, because I've got a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old daughter, and they're expensive.
They're expensive.
Yeah, they're always buying stuff for their hair, and fortunately now they do their own nails, which is nice because that saves me money. But so I need to do all that. So all I do is really just work backwards. That's how our process is here. I find out what can I sell the property for. I take out all my costs. I add a reasonable profit in there for myself, and then that's the number that I'll give you. So just want to be just super transparent. Generally speaking, you are going to get more money if you go on the MLS or on market.
It takes longer.
The downside is that you're going to have to wait for those offers to come in, and you're going to have to deal with all the the fun stuff. And usually, depending on the market, especially today, it take 90, 120, sometimes 150 days to sell. So for us, we'll close in less than 30 days, depending on your timeline. And usually what we can do is, and depending on the situation, we can do like a period in which you guys can occupy the property after it closes. Meaning if we close in 30 days, but you say, look, I need another 15 days to like get my crap out of here, then, we can figure that out too. So that way the property can close, we can get you some money, and then, you have time to move. So it's not all, because, especially moving across the country, there's a lot involved with that. Right. So,
yes, and I have to make sure I can, have that house under contract before I ever move.
Yes, exactly. So, okay, well, good. I'll run some numbers, and then before I do that, what I'll need is just those photos. So the sooner you can get those over, the better. And then if you want, I can plug in. What time is it there?
It is 11:45.
11:45. So you're 2 hours ahead. So. Are you free at, let's say, 1:30 to go over those numbers, assuming you can get the photos over in like the next, I'm going to get you booked in. You'll get some like text reminders and all that fun stuff. And then I'll be calling you from this number. So, so that's all. I think all I need. I'll be on standby waiting for those photos.
Perfect. I'll send them now.